Hi, I'm out in the car, and this is Sunday, and Sunday's a good day because we don't get moving very quick usually on a Sunday, and I figured this will be a good day of the week that I should record the energy use that the Tesla shows for our driving, and also the energy use that my kilowatt meter installed on the power panel that we use to charge the Tesla with. We should record that because there isn't any charging efficiency. In other words, all the energy from the electric grid that comes into our house, all that energy doesn't go directly into the battery. It actually has to be converted from AC to DC. The voltage has to change from 240 to approximately 400 volts. So that boosting of the voltage and the changing from rectifying from AC to DC, that produces heat, and that heat, of course, comes from the energy that the power company is supplying and I'm paying for. So that also is a cost that's more than just the energy that goes into the battery. The Tesla itself measures the energy going into the battery and the energy leaving the battery, and that's how it calculates the watts per mile. But the power company is charging me for all the energy, including the energy that goes up in heat as we charge the car. So anyway, my power panel, my kilowatt meter that I put on my power panel that measures just the energy for the Tesla shows 130 kilowatts this week. So now this is the energy display for the Tesla, and it shows the odometer reading is 276.8 miles, and trip A and B are equal at 263.5. We have not ourselves reset these whatsoever. We have not touched them. So the 263.5 I'm going to assume is what the Raleigh delivery people, they probably reset those, and the 276.8 is the difference between what they reset it to right before they delivered the car to us and what they drove to test things out, plus I guess the mileage out in Fremont when they test the cars out in Fremont. So basically at this point I'm going to use the 263.5, and Marianne and I have agreed that we're going to not reset trip B for a while. That if we just want to measure a particular trip, we'll reset trip A, but we're going to leave trip B alone for the time being. So trip B shows 263.5 miles actually driven, and the 99.1 kilowatt hours of electricity were used by the car, and that equates to 276 watts per mile. So
376.
I'm sorry, thank you. 376 watts per mile. So basically we can go like 2.7 miles on a kilowatt, and a kilowatt, now that we are on time of use, costs 7 cents, just under 7 cents. So it's costing us, like 3 cents a mile or less to drive the Tesla. I'm going to put all this in a spreadsheet so that we can track it and see actually how much it costs. But what I'd like to point out at this point, the car has measured 99.1 kilowatts going into the battery or getting out of the battery, but the power meter on the charging panel shows 130. So that difference of approximately 31 kilowatts is the loss in the charging efficiency. Now, the little meter may not be super accurate, but I've actually used that meter or that style of meter, that same brand and style of meter for 3 years now, and I have found it to be reasonably accurate. I would say it's easily single-digit accuracy. So I'm sure it may not be actually 30 kilowatts of heat, but it's very possible that it's 25. So there's certainly a charging efficiency, a loss in the charging process. that the Tesla, the car itself, does not account for. But again, when when we buy electricity, we have to pay for all of it, including the electricity that goes up in heat as the car charges. It's the equivalent of you pay for gasoline that you're sitting at the traffic light, you're not moving forward, and it's just, going up the tailpipe or out as heat. That's the same thing. It's not moving the car. The Tesla, fundamentally, most of that energy is moving the car, although this week particularly, we've actually kind of been treating the Tesla as a extension of our living room. I mean, we've sat out in the car with the air conditioning running as we are right now, being kept cool, and then we're not driving it. So some of that energy, some of that 376 watts per mile is just sitting still, and it does get accounted for. Anyway, we'll see how this goes in the future.
So I went in and I took the data from the car and the power watt meter that's on the wall, and I put it into a spreadsheet. As you can see, Trip B records all the miles for the car, and we've decided to use Trip B and not reset it. So it's currently showing all the miles that we've driven, and that's 263.5 miles. And to cover 263.5 miles, we've used 99.1 kilowatts of energy. That's what the car, the screen in the car shows. And so if you look at that, that's 376 watts per mile. And if you use approximately the 7 cents per kilowatt hour that we pay off peak, that's basically 2.6 cents per mile. So every mile that we drive uses 2.6 cents of electricity. But that's the net. If you actually look at the little power meter on the panel, it said that we used 130 watts, 130 kilowatts. And if you do that over 263 miles, that's 493 watts per mile. And if you calculate that out at 7 cents per mile, that's 3.4 cents per mile. And so the difference between the 99.1 kilowatts and the 130 kilowatts that was actually used means our charging efficiency is 76.23%, which means approximately 23% of the energy that we're buying from the electric utility goes up in heat and is used in other things. So if you total up the 130 kilowatts at 7 cents per kilowatt hour, that's $9.10. The true cost this week to drive 263 miles was $9.10. Now, if we take a hypothetical car that gets 25 miles per gallon, and gas this week, because I did fill up my other car, is $2.05 per gallon here in North Carolina, that means we would have spent $21.61 on gasoline. So the difference between $21.61 and the $9.10 that we paid on electricity means that we saved $12.51. So that's the operational savings. So you could say by owning and driving a Tesla this week, we saved $12.51 in gas. Every Sunday I plan to take and go read the Tesla trip meter, and I also plan to read the kilowatt meter that's on the power panel and plug that into the spreadsheet and see how the cost of energy varies week to week.
To you, this Husky 1/4 and X torque driver.
Wow.
And what do you use that for, Joey?
I have no idea.
Way cool.
What'd you get?
What I wanted.
And here's an
What?
e-card thing.
An
Just like
e-card.
swipe right if you accept
No matter how you slice it, we wouldn't be us without you. Happy Father's Day. Oh, that's good, buddy. I like that. Cool. Pretty cool. You got me exactly what I told you.
it. awesome.
Oh, birthday card, Mr. Don from Johnny.
It's not birthday, it's Father's Day, silly boy.
Pardon me. Written in green, matches my shirt. Johnny and I like green.
That's right, you got green eyes, really pretty green
Happy
eyes.
Father's Day. Big heart on it, big green heart.
This is
Thank you for living with us. We love you. I love Johnny. I love the Tesla. Look at that Tesla. That boy's got talent.
I tried to draw a gear.
Yeah,
you did good. I'm sure there's probably a gear in their Tesla somewhere.
Somewhere, and I got something else here, huh?
Yep.
Way cool. Lots of Daddy Day glued. Is this a poster?
He always guesses everything, just so y'all know.
Holy crap! Look at that.
Holy.
So it's not for your shirt, it's for your
Tool. bin.
tool, either here or
There or anywhere.
here. You know, we already have the "It's Tesla Time" sign, so I thought you would add to the.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a press and peel off and re-stick. It's not a permanent. It's supposed to be movable.
Okay, way cool.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow, I'm liking that.
so
I'm impressed. So I just got to get me a place. Put it up here, huh? I'm liking it. What do you mean you peel off your press? And...
all right. Hang on. I need another picture and.
Happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day.
Happy
Aw.
Father's Day, Mr. Don.
Thanks, bud.
Oh, goodness gracious.